So what's up, everybody? Thanks you for watching the show. We're real excited because PlayStation 5 pre-orders are going to be Oh, you didn't get one.
Oh.
Do you know who did get one?
Guess who?
The Cynics did, baby!
That's right, motherfuckers! 40 subscribers, who gives a fuck? No sponsors, who gives a fuck? No influence, who gives a fuck? Guess what we do have, Mike?
We got the hardware, bitch!
Let's go! Oh,
Okay.
What's the matter? You were waiting for pre-orders to go up live this morning?
Did Daddy Sony and Daddy Jeff told you that you'd be given ample time and everyone would be able to get one if they wanted it, and they'd send you an email to let you know it's ready? Too bad, bitch!
Guess what? That shit was a lie. You got lied to by the corporations.
You got played by the corporations. That's what you get for listening to people with money.
You should have done what me and Michael did. We fucking cheated.
Absolutely, we did. And for legal reasons, we're not going to explain how.
Hell no.
Well, not so much for legal reasons, but so we don't get anyone in trouble.
You're acting like we have lawyers at the ready.
No, it's nothing legal like that we did. It's just we had a little bit of inside baseball that we're not going to disclose.
You know what? No, fuck it. I'm telling everyone. Me and Mike got a layout of all the delivery trucks for the PlayStation 5, and we did a Mission Impossible style heist where Mike seduced the delivery driver, sucked his dick for a full 30 minutes. He only needed to do it for a full 10, but Mike was so dedicated.
I'm
he went the
thorough.
full 30
I am
minutes.
thorough in my craft, okay?
Yeah. Just full 30 minutes. Well, I got the package. It's sitting on Michael's desk right now. But since we're a little bit honorable, we're gonna wait till launch day, because obviously if we fire that baby up, Sony's gonna ping us down and shut that shit from the inside. So yeah. That's
we gotta keep that.
baseball.
We gotta keep it off the net for now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how we did it. That's basically how we did it.
In all seriousness, if you couldn't tell by the sarcasm, what Sony did was kind of fucked up. And also what the retailers did, because it looks like people are putting the blame at the retailers for breaking street date, basically.
Yeah.
But it's kind of amazing, because I think Walmart actually led the charge on that. And then everyone...
Oh, did they? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw. And I think they basically tweeted saying, "We're not going to make you wait. Come get it now." Like, what? What the fuck?
That. I think I noticed it because
the only retailer that didn't break street date from what I've seen is Amazon.
Amazon
is like notorious for doing that too.
And yeah, for once they steadied their hand. And I remember. So here's the thing: when we were all in the group chat, just losing our mind and like trying
losing our minds is an understatement.
Yeah, I was having a mental breakdown because of how fast everything was coming out and just like what was happening.
Well, it wasn't just that; it was the fact that we were days away from a paycheck, and we were finding out like, oh, pre-orders are gonna drop tomorrow. This is before we knew it would be that day.
Mm-hmm. So the 1-2 punch of like, oh, pre-orders start tomorrow, ensue panic attack, and then the other straight punch of like, nah, it's happening right now, and my fucking head exploded. And while we were all in the group chat, I saw that Walmart pre-orders were going up, and then that's why when we were getting our plan together, I'm like, I can try to see if I can get Walmart, but as soon as I got into Walmart, the fucking page errored out and kicked me off. So yeah. But yeah, shit's wild.
Yeah. So we basically had to like pool resources to even get one. Like, luckily we were talking about this before we found out it was gonna be that day. We were talking about like, okay, so I have X number of dollars and you have X number of dollars. We don't have enough to both buy a console, but if we do that, like, did you ever like go to the arcade as a kid and like you have just enough tickets for like a pencil topper and you're like, okay, so I'll take it on weekdays and you can take it on weekends and Wednesdays. Like we basically worked out one of those arrangements, but like for adults.
Yeah. Three kids at a Chuck E. Cheese, when we pull our tickets together, we were unstoppable. we were the fucking kings when we were like pull our fucking tickets together and bought bought the not the highest price available because that'd be insane, but the high tier ones. So that's basically what. So me and Michael did the adult equivalent of that. Is basically like, you got money, I got money, let's share. So
yeah. What's funny is I got there early enough, and it sounds like there were enough of, because I think the store we went to get them only had 7 available.
Yeah.
And I was the second one there. So if I was able to get you and we had the money, we could have easily both gotten one.
Yeah, but life doesn't work that way.
We were lucky just to get the one we do have.
Yeah, honestly. So I forget. I forget. Did you get the full one or the digital one?
I got the full one because I figured you were gonna want to have like games for it before we were able to get our own.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, also it's a nice option to have,
Right. So I want to make sure I got one that you could use, and then what we're gonna do is basically he's gonna buy me out of my half, and then I'll get my own like later down the road.
Yeah. I mean, unless he really wants to keep it, then I'll let him keep it.
I have no reason to keep a console with a disc at this point. I already buy digitally, so I think a bunch of people freak out that like physical games are going away, but like they went away for me like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Even before that in some cases.
The funny thing is about that is like I was such a big advocate for physical copies, but then like I didn't notice myself dropping it, and like as soon as I got the Xbox One and was really into it when I got my Switch, because I didn't buy a lot of cartridges for my Switch. I got all that shit digitally, and so I gradually like stopped buying physicals, and so yeah, I was always that kind of person, like, oh, getting the physical all the time, fuck that digital shit, and I just slowly transitioned into digital only. If the game is important enough, like like the big ones like that matter to me, like Final Fantasy VII or some stuff like that.
You're probably get a limited edition steelbook at that point.
Yeah, if I like the game enough that I'm hyped for and it's special to me, then yeah, I'm getting the physical or the special or whatever the hell's coming out for it. But for most of other things, I'm going digital. So no, yeah, I totally can feel you on that. But basically, so enough with the preamble. We should probably give this thing some structure. And
So for the portion of the show where we talk about the last episode, I think we don't need to worry about talking about Tron because that was the last episode we did.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
But the one before that was the Xbox episode, so maybe we should do some updates with Xbox first.
No, okay, so yeah, I had an idea of how we can do this. Basically a timeline of like how this basically all worked, and it works out for us because this shit happened yesterday. So
yes.
Okay, so all this kicked off when in the middle of the night on some random Tuesday, random Monday, Michael was asleep. I wasn't because I was on my day off. So I work
at 4 in the morning. I was gone.
Yeah. Michael was completely asleep. I was being a night owl, trolling, doing whatever the fuck I do. And then all of a sudden, I see that people are going nuts on Twitter. I'm like, well, what was going on? And there was a supposed leak about the Xbox Series S. That's right, the Series S that has been rumored to existed, and it just got leaked. And not just the box itself.
It's worth pointing out because people may not have known that was going to be the name, but some people probably knew it as Project Lockhart because that was the code name for it.
Yeah. So Series X was Scarlet, and then Lockhart was the S. So not only did the box itself get leaked, but so did the price. And people were like, what? That's insane. No way. And then Xbox, the Xbox marketing started their redemption.
Their Twitter has been nailing it this campaign.
Oh my God. So the Microsoft Twitter responded an hour after with the meme picture.
It's a shifty-eyed monkey, right?
The shifty-eyed monkey, and people were like, they know, and then that was
basically the confirmation.
Yeah, and then 30 minutes after that, they're like, "Oh well, secret's out. Here's the Series S. Here's the price." And then they're like, "By the way, if you want to know more, we'll tell you more in the morning." And people were like, "Oh shit!" And immediately the next morning, they told us the whole kit and caboodle, which is the Xbox Series X will be $500 and the Series S will be $300. And they will both launch simultaneously on November 10th, with pre-orders going up on the 22nd. Now, we didn't know what time for the pre-orders, but we'll come back for that in a sec.
Spoiler alert: we do know what it is now.
Yeah, we do know what it is now. So yeah, Xbox released all this shit. People were like, "Oh damn!" For me and Michael specifically, we speculated the prices to be a little bit higher than that. I was shockingly surprised.
Yeah, I watched the episode back. I already forgot what it was, but we definitely guessed high on the PlayStation, and I think we got the price right for the Series X. I think I was wrong on the Series S. I think I guessed it would be $50 cheaper or something. Or maybe I might be thinking of the PlayStation 5, which I was wrong about that too.
No, but yeah, the fact that the S is that cheap, basically the same price as a Switch, is insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
Well, and I pointed out, it's the same price that the Xbox 360 launched at in 2006.
Fucking nuts, man. And Michael, you made another comparison or brought up more info to me that really opened up my eyes to it. Is basically you told me in a direct message that like this is as good as getting a low end PC. Like you.
Oh yeah,
you told me,
it would be pretty difficult to build a PC with those specs at that price. So maybe not impossible if you were like really thrifty and like got a bunch of used parts, but for a brand new out of the box machine, like a pre-built machine, that's a steal.
Yeah, and then of course comes the added value of the juggernaut that is Game Pass, which they announced that you automatically at no extra charge you get EA Play at no extra charge, all the benefits, all the sales at no extra charge, which opinions of EA aside is an amazing deal.
It's still more value for the same price. Like you can't turn that down.
Yeah. I mean, just because EA is a money hungry company doesn't mean they don't put out good games every once in a while.
Yeah, so, every once in a blue moon, somebody that they own does a good job, but it's not really anything to do with them.
Yeah.
Usually the stuff that does the best is the stuff that they keep their hands off of.
Like Titanfall.
Or Apex Legends, or basically anything that Respawn has done. Respawn has somehow managed to keep most of their independence lately, and I'm really hoping that stays the course. But it won't.
Jedi Fallen Order is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want to point out one quick little thing because I'm probably gonna forget later.
Yeah, go ahead.
So people have been asking Sony like, "Hey, are you guys gonna do Game Pass? Like, Xbox is gonna at least kill you on that front. Like, are you doing anything?"
Yeah, and people were like, "You have the exclusives, you do, but like, what are you gonna do about this Game Pass thing? Because this thing might be the thing that might sneak up on you guys." So yeah, it's a good point.
So I'd have to find it for the exact wording, but I did read an official reply, basically saying that they pour so much money into their exclusives, that it would actually lose the money to put them on a subscription service, or the subscription service would just be too expensive. However, they did throw a small bone, but we will address that when we actually get to the announcement.
We will get to it. So Xbox gives all their info out, and we learned later that we were supposed to learn all this info this week instead of last week. So that leak basically got the ball rolling for all the events that's been going on for the past couple of days.
Which makes me wonder if Sony would have done the event that they did when they did it.
Yeah. But Xbox had all their cards out on the table. So of course, people were looking at Sony and PlayStation, absolutely frothing at the mouth for info, starving for information. And they finally came out and said, Wednesday, we'll tell you everything. And so,
Abraham, I don't mean to cut you off, but I have like breaking news. For some reason, people are trying to cancel the Sonic Twitter, and I can't figure out why.
Wait, what? The fuck's going? What do you
It's
mean?
It's trending right now, but I can't nail down a source. It's just people saying play these games instead, and no one's explaining why. And apparently, the guy who started the hashtag is like I don't know. This is just I'm literally just on Twitter and I saw that and I had to know what was going on.
Whoa. Okay, we have semi-breaking news.
What
Sonic
the hell?
Twitter.
The Sonic Twitter is like really good. What the hell happened? They didn't even tweet anything today.
No, what?
They haven't tweeted in like 5 days. What the hell happened?
What's going on? Oh, hold on.
I don't know. They haven't done anything.
Sonic Twitter.
I'm looking at their Twitter. They haven't said anything. Like the last tweet they did was just them replying to Ben Schwartz because it was his birthday.
I'm not seeing shit, so I don't know what the fuck.
People are trying to cancel Sonic Twitter. I don't know why.
Okay, whatever. All right, back on track. So, Sony said Wednesday we'll tell you the info you want to know. Maybe. and so
they didn't
Wednesday,
even confirm that they're going to say the price.
No.
Like we all knew those would be riots if they didn't. And like,
oh my God.
You can tell by the way they're presenting it. They're like, oh, we're going to drop it on you. It's going to happen.
Michael, could you imagine the alternate reality that is happening right now? That this came and went and they got no price and no date? Oh my God.
I mean,
riots in the streets.
It would be an equal but different shit show, I think.
No, I think it'd be a greater shit show. Oh my God.
You think it'd be worse? I don't know.
Yes.
I think people are pretty pissed that they just lost their chance and got lied to about getting a PlayStation.
We'll get to there in a bit. So the event happened. I'm gonna go with the event piece by piece because there is some info in there and some games that So before this all started, I was set on getting an Xbox. Just so I can play with my friends because most of the friends.
Are you still going to get one?
Yeah, but luckily for them, I'm still gonna get one because they're doing a payment plan, and a payment plan I can do.
Right.
So
Sony, I believe, is not doing one. That's worth mentioning.
No. So yeah, I can do a payment plan. So I was set on getting the X, and after the events of yesterday, I was like, fuck, I might have to go for the S. But after doing the calculations, after clicking a couple of buttons and doing some of the math, I figured, I can still do the X, but it would have to be on the payment plan.
Right.
And once October rolls around, I would be able to pay it all in full. So yeah, it still works out for me. So yeah. So I was set on getting an Xbox and only an Xbox. Not that I hated Sony or anything like that.
I figured that Spider-Man and Demon's Souls Remastered would be enough for you.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Oh, but that was when you thought it was going to be $800.
Yeah, but the price was another big thing. Was like they're gonna charge $700 for this thing, and I'm not about that. That's another thing going in my head.
I'm still convinced that the price was higher before the Xbox price got leaked.
Absolutely. So, going into this thing, I'm like, all right, let's see what they got. I'm obviously on the high train, and this conference was the biggest Abraham bait on the fucking planet.
Yes. Oh my God! Yes.
My God! If you wanted to get me on the hook, Jesus, Abe, what could you possibly be talking about? Well, let's start off
the opening show, probably.
Let's start off the fucking show. Minute 1 with Final Fantasy 16. PlayStation exclusive. I was screaming in my workplace.
Although, you know what? Actually, I'll mention it after the Demon Souls thing.
Yes,
go ahead.
Because I know what you're about to say, and that's a little sketchy. I
realize I need to loop it together.
Yes. Okay. So I'm losing my mind. Everyone in my group chat is rolling their eyes, not giving a shit. Michael hates Final Fantasy. Michael hates good games. Whatever. Abraham is the king of kings. He has good taste. And you be damned. I be damned if I ain't gonna play a fucking Final Fantasy game, you motherfuckers. So So right off the bat, not going too much into it, it looks like a character action more focused Final Fantasy, which I still think they're gonna add they're still gonna keep the RPG elements. But
it was actually so much so of a character action game. I assumed it was gonna be a spin-off before I saw the title.
No, I did too. I'm like, this has to be a spinoff. No way.
I was thinking like, is this gonna be like a platinum version of Final Fantasy, like a spin-off game? Nope. Yeah. This is an official mainline series game.
I saw
what do you know?
The number 16 and I shouted out loud.
You know what that means though? What? We're past the halfway point to get Final Fantasy XXX.
Oh, we're gonna get there, and it's gonna be a glorious fucking moment, bro.
Do you think by the time that Final Fantasy 30 comes out that like media in general won't be so uptight that they could just basically make a porn game and no one will blink?
I hope so.
Like, will we progress as a society far enough to just make a anime titty game and no one even bats an eye?
Hey man, Japan has those on the regular, and if we can get to the basis
but I'm talking about like as a AAA game, like a AAA anime titty game. You know what I'm talking about.
That is a sentence. AAA anime titty game.
They don't exist yet. There's no such thing as far as I know. They're all indie games.
No, but I hope that as a species we can persevere and get to that point.
Oh, I take it back. I guess the Dead or Alive beach volleyball games are pretty close, but I don't even know. Is there even nudity in those games?
They're not AAA. They're more like AA.
It's like AA, and I don't even know if there's nudity in it, but like we're almost there.
There's not, but they're wearing the skimpiest. They're an inch from showing nipple. Like you have no idea.
But apparently it totally matters if you can see nipple or not. You can see the entire breasticle.
The breast.
But as long as there's no female presenting nipples, it doesn't matter.
We're good.
I do wonder though, because I've seen this question asked before, but I haven't seen anyone test it. If you transplanted male nipples onto a woman, would she be allowed to go out topless? Because it's not female presenting nipples, and it's already okay to just show the entire boob anyway.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. More research.
We're getting off track, and we need to get back on.
Yeah. So hey, you led us down this track.
I know, and I realized like, oh god, we can't start talking about tits. We'll be here forever.
All right. So FF16.
I know how this works.
I'm on board. What did they hit us with next? Oh, a little game called Spider-Man Miles Morales.
That one is when I started paying attention.
Oh my god.
It looks so good.
So crisp.
It looks better than the first one, which I was worried about. I was worried it was either the same game or like worse.
The lightning and electrical effects look so crisp. Like, oh my god. And I'm surprised you mentioned this before I did. The fucking music and the combat music.
That soundtrack is a banger.
That beat in the background, I'm like, okay, let's go.
I felt like I was watching Into the Spider-Verse again.
For real, bro. God, no. But as far as
do you think they'll do like a What's Up Danger moment, just for the fans?
Oh man, I hope so. But
like it just opens the game. You know how the first game it opens with like with Peter like running through his apartment and then he jumps out the window and then you have to like push the button for the first swing.
Yeah.
Do you think that this game will start? He's like already up on a building, like kind of hanging off the side upside down, and you just push the button to jump and the whole world is upside down.
Oh my god, what a powerful!
I can see it already.
Fuck, man, I want it.
If that's how the game opens, then they already
10 out of 10.
They already won it for me.
Yeah. So yeah, the game looks amazing. It's a Spider-Man game. There's not much more we can get into it, but there is more info that we learn afterwards that this game, the special edition of this game, will include a re-enhanced version of Spider-Man PS4 with 3 new suits, upscaled graphics,
I assume
ray tracing.
60 FPS too.
I think so, 60 FPS. So yeah,
that would be great. I would love to play that again at 60
me
FPS.
Too. So yeah, that's
already
a really
looks
good bundle.
really good on the PS4, like just as is. But like, man, just throwing some ray tracing and like native 4K and 60 FPS, and it's perfect.
I'm in there. I'm so far in there. So yeah, Miles Morales looks good. Also, at the end of that trailer, no release date. It was still holiday 2020, and we'll come back to that later.
Wait, isn't it? supposed to be a launch title,
No,
or am I misremembering?
yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Oh.
But that's Michael. You're jumping the gun.
Okay, no, I thought you were confused. I didn't realize I was getting ahead of you.
Let us get there. You're jumping the gun there.
Sorry, spoilers.
Fucking leave it to this guy to spoil everything. All right.
I'm sorry. I really am.
All right.
I didn't know where you were going.
So after that, do you remember what game was after Spider-Man? Because I forget.
I honestly didn't take notes this time because I was watching it while I was working.
All right. Well, they showed a bunch of games like Deathloop. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, I don't want to just Deathloop because last time I saw it, I wasn't really into it. It was kind of like, oh, whatever. This trailer sold it for me.
Yeah,
because they actually showed like what the point of the loops are, and it's not just like a roguelike where it's just you gotta just get through and kill everybody. It's like no, there's like schedules and like traps and like setups and like all this intricate detailed shit. I'm like, oh damn, I'm into this. This is more like time puzzles than it is like just a basic shooter.
So yeah, no, I was always on board with this. So yeah, I'm in. And after that, they're like, oh, guess what? Fortnite's coming next.
They should have just there was no reason to even announce that. We all knew.
There's no reason.
Like I think GTA 5 had more of a right to get a spot than Fortnite did.
Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't get GTA in this bitch.
Well, because we already did. They opened the show with it last time, remember? They opened the show with a game that was 7 years old.
Dude, while we were watching that first conference, I could hear the eyes roll from all around the world.
Just like, oh, okay. Well, did you see the video where the guy, like, he sees the Rockstar logo and he's just popping off, and then he sees it's just GTA 5 and he's pissed.
He goes from 100 to 0.
Oh my god, it was the fastest 100 to 0 I'd ever seen.
All right, and after that, we got a look at Resident Evil 8 Village.
Yes, which we had seen before.
Yeah. Yeah, which guess what? It's creepy as fuck. And it continued the story of 7, and I'm all the way in. We all know how Michael feels about survival horror games. So I'm just gonna
before you get snappy with me, I've started playing 7 because it's been on my Steam for a while, and I've been meaning to play it. So I did actually start playing it.
All right,
and
so
I'm into it so far.
May or may not be in on a Resident Evil 8.
I played Resident Evil 4. I played a lot of it. I didn't finish it, but I played a decent amount of it.
Did you play any of the remakes? Like 2 or 3?
Did I play any of the remakes? I have Resident Evil 2 remake, and I did install it, but I haven't played it yet.
It's so good. It's so good. 3 is not as good as 2, but it's still decent.
It's just short, right?
It's just really short. It's really short.
Which, I mean, that's actually fine with me, because I infamously don't finish games. So having a short game that I can just sit down and beat in one sitting is kind of actually an appealing trait for me instead of a drawback.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll pick that one up too if I like to.
So yeah, and then after that, the Abraham bait continues with.
Oh boy, the whole thing was Abraham bait except for Fortnite, I guess.
No, not Fortnite. So a little game called Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, which we get to play as fucking Virgil. Let's go! Fucking so good. And of course, the eye rolls and the groans from the peanut gallery in my group chat was just
I kept it to myself, and I said something positive. I said something positive about it.
And I don't care. I just want to kill demons with flashing
I know you
finishers.
don't care, but I think it's an important step forward for the game industry to like move the goalposts on frame rate.
Michael,
that's a big deal.
Does it let me kill demons more stylishly?
Yes. Yes, it does.
How?
Because it's smoother animation.
It'll
look better, and it will feel better because you'll have faster reaction times. It absolutely matters.
Does it give me an extra combo? Does it give me an extra weapon?
I don't know about extra weapons, but it might give you an extra combo
then
because you'll react faster.
Anyway, moving on. We don't need it.
I would need to say it because we didn't preface what I'm talking about. The game will have a 120 FPS mode.
Boo.
Not boo. That's a good thing. What the fuck? Why? There's literally no reason to boo it. You don't need to turn it on. If you want it to be 4K, then you can, and it's still 60 FPS. Fucking, what is wrong with you?
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw firsthand how easy it is to trigger Michael.
I just can't believe that, like, the one, like, hugely positive thing I had to say about this game, you were shooting down.
It doesn't matter because it's not about the game itself. You don't care about Devil May Cry.
Whatever. I think it's an important step forward for the game industry.
Here's the question: is this gonna make you play Devil May Cry?
I'll be honest, it like caught my attention. I don't know if I'm gonna play it, but like I was like, 120 FPS.
Okay, we'll come back to this, but yeah, Devil May Cry 5. You get Virgil. Michael, you're okay to tune out because everything I'm about to say is gonna sound Greek to you.
Okay, so, that's cool. I have messages on my phone anyway.
All right, cool. So yeah, so Virgil, you get to play as Virgil finally, and then there's some. They're gonna add legendary Dark Knight mode, which is notoriously hard. They're gonna add more enemies. Are gonna be able to be on screen because of the next gen hardware and a bunch of other stuff. A lot of added costumes and music and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I'm totally in there. I was also popping off during this, and I was a little disappointed that we didn't get Virgil as DLC for the original launch because they teased him so many times to be a playable character, and I think a lot of people went into the PC code and found his playable code in there, but just not. We never got it, but we were hoping for a special edition for a while, and we finally got it. The only thing that seems to be negative about this, and where Mike might wanna chime in, is that apparently.
Oh, hold on! I'm awake. What?
All right. So apparently, there is a situation. I don't think you heard about this, but with Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, where it is gonna be for Xbox and PlayStation, and Virgil as the playable character will be available as DLC for PS4 and Xbox One and for PC. But for PC, they won't be getting all the shiny new. They'll only be getting the character, not anything else.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. And
is there a reason why?
They haven't given a reason. Well, they said that apparently the rumor going around is that they made a deal with the consoles, so I don't know what that entitles.
With both consoles?
I guess.
And like against the PC, that does not sound likely. I remember people making like rumors about that 6 years ago, but it's such an unlikely thing to happen, especially in the case of Microsoft, because they still benefit from PC sales.
Because this exact same thing happened when DMC Devil May Cry got special edition, and this exact same situation happened where the special edition came out for the consoles and not the PC. So
I honestly, my take on it is it's just Japanese devs have always been behind as far as PC support. So like hearing that this game is gonna like not have something on the PC version doesn't really surprise me that much. It's annoying, but like it's hardly the first time that's happened, and it won't be the last. It's just some weird thing where they just don't see PC as a legit platform for some reason, and I don't get it.
What's turning a lot of people off is that basically you get the character, but you don't get anything else. It's basically like it has ray tracing and a bunch of other stuff. So and PC's not getting that at all.
PC's not getting ray tracing, and that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The platform with the superior graphical power won't be getting the graphics update. Okay,
so yeah,
sure.
So basically, what it is that special edition is Series X and PS5 only. PC, PS4, Xbox One, and last gen will only receive Virgil, the character, as DLC, and not the full special edition, which adds ray tracing, turbo, and legendary Dark Knight mode.
You know what the answer really is? The answer is they didn't want to put the time into it.
I don't know.
That's usually what it is. Is they had to decide. They maybe only had the money and the resources to make two versions, and it made more sense to push out the two new console versions instead of trying to update the PC version, which they probably already got the sales on anyway.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the reason may be, it's kind of a slap to the face to the people that bought it on PC.
Yes.
And I know I come off as anti-PC. I'm not. I just like to joke, but it's kind of weird that they would do that. And as I'm seeing it as like they're saying no to more money, and that's always weird to me.
I think that they just decided that it won't be that much more, because I mean, it's not like PC has generations. I mean, there's generations of graphics cards, but I don't have to rebuy my games every time I get a new computer. I mean, I just built my new computer this year, installed Steam. I didn't even install that much. Like, I just swapped my hard drives in, and all my shit was there, and I was done. Like, it's not the same kind of generational changes where they need to make new versions of games like that.
Yeah. So that's basically the situation with Special Edition. I'm still hyped for it, but hopefully they clear up whatever's happening with the PC version and the last gen versions, because that seems kind of scummy to me. But we'll see. Following that, we got the first ever gameplay look at the fucking Demon Souls remake. Holy
it looks
shit!
Good. By the way, you and me are not the only ones that noticed how crunchy the Foley was, like the sound effects. Because I sent I got the 4K 60 FPS YouTube VOD before they took it down, which we will get to. Yeah, I sent it to the group chat, and Nick was like, "Oh my god, it sounds amazing." I'm like, "Right?" Like, they did the sound effects too, not just the visuals.
Yeah. So we got
the whole presentation's completely overhauled, and it's so good.
Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say this: Blue Point are fucking wizards, fucking gods. Whatever the fuck they're doing, keep on doing it.
I really want to see them duke it out with Panic Button.
What's going on with Panic Button? I haven't seen them in a hot minute.
They're probably working on Doom Eternal right now.
Oh shit, that's right. Fuck, that still doesn't have a release date.
Nope. Weren't we supposed to hear something about that pretty soon? I swear apparently, I saw something online that we need to address that. That's still coming out.
That's fucked, man. Oh, man.
Oh, no, I remember what it was, because people thought something that was today. We're not going to really get into it, but there was a Nintendo Direct today, and I think some people thought they were going to bring up Doom today, but they didn't.
And some nation of the Nintendo Partners Direct, you can just shout Monster Hunter at the top of your lungs, and that sums it up.
Yeah, I mean, they had a Monster Hunter Direct. That really says all you need to know.
Yeah, so yeah. But back to the matter at hand. This game looks insane.
It looks
the graphical overhaul that they gave this game, because I remember playing it on the PS3 and it running like absolute garbage.
It
like
does,
10
and
FPS.
It looks terrible too, if I'm being honest. Like, before my PS3 kicked the bucket, I have a copy of it and I popped it in and I was playing it on my 4K TV. It is rough.
So yeah,
wow, it's amazing what a leap forward visually Dark Souls was, and Dark Souls frankly is not even the best looking game.
This isn't even a leap. This is a super jump to orbit. It's insane what they did. You can tell all the changes they did. Like, the most notable is they moved the camera a little closer behind the player.
Oh, did they? I did not catch that.
Yeah, and a lot. Yeah, so the camera is usually.
I wonder if that was just something they changed, or if that's an indication that there might be like an FOV slider.
I don't know, because the camera in the original PS3 version was also a little bit too far away from the player.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
So yeah, I imagine the first thing on their list was like, yeah, we got to move this a little closer so that way we make it a little tighter. And also a lot of people were like, well, how come all the enemies are going down in one hit? It's like they're probably modified.
It looked like he was basically playing perfectly, and I assume he just had better equipment and it was just for the show. Because if you sit there having to like individually duel every fucking enemy, it would have been a boring presentation.
Yeah, I love the way they presented it, and just like every time he went into a new area, it was a fucking like there's something new to look at, and even the writing on the ground was very well lit and everything.
I mean, every single aspect has been improved in some way.
Oh, absolutely.
It's basically the opposite of the Super Mario All-Stars 3D version of Super Mario 64.
Are we going to get into this?
No, we're not. I'm only mildly salty. I'm still excited to play it today.
I'm not even salty in the least. I just want to play these games again. I don't give a fuck. It's fine.
It's just minor. I just wish it was widescreen and in 60 FPS. That's really all I wanted.
I don't give a shit about it.
But whatever. I'm still going to play it, so whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, and then we get to the area where he gets to the first boss of the game, and oh my god, the blood effects and everything, so good.
Oh my god.
And the audio, I cannot stress this enough.
It
fucking
sounds
audio,
incredible. That must have been an insane amount of work for, like, it's obviously going to be like a $60 remaster because they basically made a new game.
It's not gonna be $60, Michael.
Are you serious? Oh, it's gonna be 70. I'm sorry.
It's 70. That's the new
I
standard.
forgot.
Now.
I forgot. Yeah, that's the new default this gen, I guess.
Fuck, which was unedible, I guess, but oh well.
I would have been more okay with that if it wasn't for the fact that a lot of those games are still gonna have bullshit microtransactions. Like, if it was just games that like didn't have that crap, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, well, it's a long time coming. It was gonna increase in price eventually.
I doubt Miles Morales and Demon's Souls are gonna have microtransactions.
No, that's why I'm fine with like the PlayStation exclusives, because they usually keep that shit clean. But Call of Duty is gonna be $70, and I mean, I don't even need to explain what's wrong with that.
That's right. War
and
crimes.
NBA 2K21, like, of any game to deserve a $10 price hike, that is the lowest on the list.
Press F to give cocaine to the citizens. Yeah.
Was it 2K20 that just straight up had a fucking slot machine?
Yep.
Yeah. No, they do not deserve a $10 price. Those games should just be free, honestly. and even then, those practices are scummy.
Yeah. So yeah, Demon's Souls looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. Michael, I might be on the controls for it because Michael might be a little squeamish.
That's fine. I'm bad at it. That's fine. I'll watch you play, and then I'll take a turn.
All right, just like we did our Bloodborne stream. Plug.
Right. Yeah.
Plug.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we could just have a part 2 of that and not play Bloodborne and play this instead.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm heavily looking forward to it. And during this, and then after the trailer, we also did not get a release here, but we got an interesting bit of text at the bottom. Michael, do you wanna take this?
So I actually didn't catch it until like someone pointed out later, but it's gonna be coming out on PC apparently. And we neglected to mention it, but so was Final Fantasy 16, which also the Final Fantasy 16 trailer was actually footage from a PC version, but they said, I don't know what this really means, but they said it was to emulate the look of a PS5 version.
Yeah, it was PC emulating PS5, yeah.
Right. But so both those games are supposedly going to be on PC.
But
Sony took down the VODs for those trailers and removed that message.
Oh.
Couldn't fucking tell you why. Actually, I could. It's because they don't want you to buy it on PC.
Nope.
Microsoft's like, fuck it, we don't care where you play it. We just want you to buy the damn game. Sony is like, no, mine only. No one else can play it. But it's gonna be on PCs. No, only for me.
Dude, I remember. So I saw. So I'm more tuned into the Souls community and on Twitter.
Oh, way more.
They were so upset when they were so crushed. Like they were riding a new high and they were just smacked the fuck down because a lot of them were like, oh no why not, why dude, it was soul crushing to see.
Wait,
them.
you were saying that they wanted it on PC, or were they complaining that was on PC?
No, that they wanted it on PC.
Okay, you have to be clear because there are some PlayStation fanboys.
Oh yeah,
who are butt fucking insane. And they actually get fucking angry when Sony exclusives come to PC. Like when Horizon Zero Dawn was announced for PC, they lost their goddamn minds.
Let's burn our copies and put them in the toilet and destroy
Seriously,
our TVs.
No, that's not a joke. People did that. People actually fucking did that. Like, what kind of piss baby little bitch do you have to be to care that more people can play a game you like? And you know what it probably really is that they're just upset that someone else is going to have a better version of the game than they did. That's what it really is, and no one will admit it, but that's the truth.
The thing that always gets me from that is the fucking photo of the guy that went ham on his flat screen.
Oh my god, I didn't see that. You have to send me that later.
he got called out by one of the developers of like, dude, I'm sorry that more people having access to the.
It's not like they busted your house with a battering ram, stole your copy off your shelf, and like gave it to someone on PC. Like, you can still play the game, man. Who cares? And like, I'm sure there are like, Nintendo fans and Xbox fans who are like that, but I swear I've only seen that behavior en masse with Sony fans. It's insane.
My God. Could you imagine what would happen if any of the main, like, if fucking Uncharted or God of War got on PC, riots in the streets?
Why wouldn't it?
No,
I wouldn't be surprised if God of War came to PC. I'm not saying it'll be a bad thing. I'm saying the fucking reactions from the piss babies. Oh, yeah.
The fucking
I mean, we've already seen that reaction, and we're going to see it again, I'm sure.
I'm sure of it. All right. So that's what's going on. That's one of the finicky bullshit that Sony's dealing with right now.
Right. I think we're all pretty sure that it is going to be on PC. They just didn't want that message in their announcement.
Yeah, apparently it is a timed exclusive, so it'll be a while until you see it on PC.
Well, fuck, whatever. I've learned to be patient at this point. It's fine. It's fine.
If you want
I still haven't bought Horizon Zero Dawn on PC yet because I was waiting for them to fix it.
If you want to wound Michael, use the term timed exclusive, and it'll do some damage to him.
No, it bounces off me at this point. I've got like calluses from those wounds.
All right, so after that, we finally get to the main event, the price and the date. So the main PS4 with the disc drive will be $500, and the digital version will be $400. And
which
they will both
is a solid price point for both machines, as far as I'm concerned.
Which means they are staying competitive. And they will both be launching simultaneously on November 12th, 2 days after the launch of the Xbox. Now,
which I believe has to be like the closest like street dates for a console launch.
Absolutely. Usually they're like a week
last
or a couple.
gen, it was like 2 weeks apart. I think they both released in November. I'm gonna fact check that. Go ahead and keep talking about.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
you're saying.
So when I saw this, me and Michael were both talking about like they must have changed the pricing for the fucking.
I'm so sure they did, especially for that digital one.
So I'm thinking. So my theory was that the original price for the disc drive one was $600, and the digital one was $500. I am so confident that's what it was. And they saw how low the Xbox was, and they started sweating. And
I'm sure they also saw how cheap the S was going to be, and
absolutely.
And sure, like if the X was cheaper and it was faster, that would be a problem. But like a $300 entry fee for the generation, they had to at least get close to that.
And can we? It's insane that there is that low of a fee for the next generation. That will get so many people on board. I found it, by the way.
They released about a week apart. The Xbox One came out on the 22nd of November. The PS4 was the 15th. So PS4 was the first, and then it was a week later.
First one. Okay, cool.
But they're still
that's
close.
Insane. And with that, they gave us one more thing, and they announced that God of War 2 is in the works, coming next year.
God of War Ragnarok. I don't know if they're gonna call it God of War 2, and I really hope they don't, because that's just confusing as hell.
I hope they do.
God damn it.
I hope they do.
I truly feel awful for like the 50 years from now gaming historians who have to deal with this generation and last generation's reboots. Tomb Raider, which one? Doom, which one? God of War, which one? God of War 2, which one?
How pissed would you have been if Doom Eternal was called Doom 2?
I would have probably cracked as a human being.
No, the name of it is Doom 2016 2. 2016 is in the title.
That would have been funny, at least. And it would still be possible for internet historians in the future to figure out which is which. People are already calling the newer Doom 2016.
Yeah.
Like that's already happened.
Well, no shit. So yeah, new God of War coming out next year. So
was it next year? I thought it was just coming 2021. Soon.
2021.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah, they showed 2021. So the conference ended and people were kind of like, yeah, we got the date and the release. We got the press release, but what about launch titles? When can we pre-order? Nothing.
Yeah, there was a lot of information missing, but we assumed that it was just like going to be coming later. And like everyone was pretty secure in the idea that like, you know, we're going to get emails when the pre-orders start. Like I think I remember saying like, well, so maybe the pre-orders will be in like a week or two.
Yeah. So we were just speculating and talking about stuff. Everyone was having a good chat on Twitter or in the group chats, you know, just talking about, oh wow, this and that. It
was mostly people doing the memes of Xbox is dead or like Xbox
you know,
fanboys be like, you know, that shit always.
And then
Jeff Keighley,
the Fire Nation attacked.
Everything changed when Jeff Keighley got on Twitter.
Jeff Keighley came out on Twitter and started dropping nukes.
Can we address the fact that Jeff Keighley should not be a primary source of information under any circumstances?
I mean, the guy seems nice enough and passionate about it, but the fact that he has to take matters into his own hands.
Like, why does... It's not like this is the first time that critical information about video games have come from him.
No, it is not. So,
and I'm not talking about like the Game Awards. That's not the same thing. That's basically like E3 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what the fuck?
So Jeff starts dropping bombs. Bomb number 1, Demon Souls will be a launch title. Bomb number 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales will be a launch title. Bomb number 3, pre-orders will start tomorrow, and that's
he said he heard. I believe. Hang on, I'm gonna get the exact tweet. I'm gonna check it right now for you.
Yeah.
Hold on. He tweeted a bunch this morning.
Yeah, do it.
What? Okay. First off, it looks like the GameStop Twitter blocked him at some point because he said they unblocked him.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, okay, so he's like, welcome to new generation of gaming. He said the prices for all the consoles. He listed the first party lineup that you were just talking about. Oh no, it was actually before that. Okay, so I'm getting the order of this all wrong. So let me get started here. Okay, so how would you rate the showcase? Oh geez, that's a lot of A's. And then he said, so you're probably wondering about pre-orders. And then he tweets about Horizon Forbidden West. And then he says, note, I am hearing some retailers may make inventory available today as well.
Oh boy.
I missed one because I swear he said something else before that. I can't find it, but he did say like that he heard they'd be tomorrow, and then he said, I'm hearing that they may be today as well. Stay tuned. Reconfirmed it will be tomorrow for pre-orders officially. I do not have a time for you. And then time goes by. Per Sony, PlayStation 5 pre-orders will be available starting tomorrow at select retailers.
And then
hold on, and then there's a thread. Note, I'm hearing okay, that's where that came from. So the first one was it will be available tomorrow per Sony.
Yes. So
this was after the event. They never said this during the event.
Never.
But this was like
never.
This was like what, an hour later, if that?
A little bit after, not even an hour, like 30 minutes.
Okay, so it started at 1 p.m., didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And when did it end?
And it was an hour exact.
Okay,
so
he tweeted at 2 p.m. per Sony PlayStation 5 pre-orders will be available starting tomorrow. Then 9 minutes later, note, I am hearing some retailers may make inventory available today as well.
Yes. And then that's when everyone
we lost our fucking minds.
Me and Michael were rushing as a plan of attack. We're like, what the fuck?
I had like browser alerts set up for like all the major websites. By the way, I never got an email when they went live. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Me neither. No one did. Or some did, but like it was very rare.
It sounds like it was like almost as bad as the Nvidia launch this morning, which is it literally went from notify me to sold out within a matter of milliseconds.
So Mike, it's interesting that you brought that up. Do you want to fill in the people a little bit of what's going on with the Nvidia launch?
Let's do that after.
Okay, cool.
But remind me.
So with the whole thing, people were running around like headless chickens trying to find out what the fuck is going on.
And then, like how to get one, because I mean this is going to be the hottest Christmas item this year, without a doubt.
So hot. And so Walmart was the first one to open the floodgates.
Let me find that tweet so I can get the wording of it right.
Yes. So Walmart was
it just the Walmart,
I'll do the timetable.
Or was it like a special one?
It was the Walmart Twitter. So Walmart was the first one to open the gates.
I found the tweet.
Yeah.
So at 3:53 p.m., Walmart tweets, "Make you wait to get the new PlayStation 5? Nah, that's not like us. Go on, pre-order it now."
And people flooded the site. I was among the few that got through, and luckily enough, we had a contingency plan that went through that I didn't need to press the button. So, and then after that was Target that followed, and then GameStop started doing some shit. And then a couple hours after that, people were already sulking in their own defeat because everyone
they were
gone. And then some people found solace when around, I want to say 7 or 8 o'clock, Amazon pre-orders went live, and some people and most of the people got theirs, but those went out fast as well. And now people are for sure done with Sony's bullshit. Even at the recording of this podcast, I believe Angry Joe has not gotten his.
He put out a video this morning, and he didn't say he got one. He was just pissed at how they handled this. Which, like, let's spell this out in plain terms. They had a event today where they talked about the price, right? And they talked about their games. At no point during the event did they say anything about pre-orders at all. They never mentioned when they go live. The only information we had from them was that we'd have ample time to prepare for it. They would tell us in advance, and they had to sign up for a fucking email list to be approved to pre-order it, basically, like a waiting list. And none of that mattered because within an hour of the event being over, it was already sold out. Or within 2 hours, I should say. That's what happened.
Big shit show. Still some going on today as we're recording.
It's mostly just salt today. Like,
it's salt.
No one's getting one today.
Dude, fucking it
is unbelievable. Which this further feeds into my theory that they did not plan to have that event on yesterday.
No.
They did not have the price set until yesterday. They did not have the pre-order plan set until, like, this was not thought out at all, and it's so obvious.
So, in the middle of all this craziness going off, the bombs are going off, it is scorched earth, and somehow me and Michael got out alive.
We are unbelievably lucky. I cannot stress enough how lucky we are. We do not deserve to have a pre-order right now.
No, we don't.
But we have one. I have the fucking receipt. I'm not going to put it online just in case, but like...
No, absolutely not. You keep that shit in the box. I have a
receipt with my name on it, with it is paid in full. We have secured a PlayStation 5.
We couldn't be more locked in at this point.
Like fucking influencers. Like real, we're like make-believe fake wannabe influencers, okay?
Oh.
I have no illusions that we are worthless on YouTube. And whoever's listening to this is also aware of it because you can see my sub count. This is not a mystery. Real influencers could not get this PlayStation, but we did.
As far as I'm aware, Angry Joe still doesn't have his. Yesterday,
I'm going to check his Twitter right now. I'll go look. He probably would have said if he got one.
Yesterday, when all the craziness was going on, people that have more influence and more connections than us were struggling to get theirs. And they might have got theirs, but the fact that those were not guaranteed is insane. Is absolutely, like, they had to straight up...
Dude, he didn't get a fucking RTX card either. He was trying to get an NVIDIA RTX card, and he still didn't get one. God damn it. Poor guy.
No rest for the wicked, man. So,
yeah, he's just pissed. I don't see anything about him getting one.
So, oh my, he might need to kill someone. He might need to murder.
He's probably gonna kill other Joe. At the very
did other
least,
Joe
he's
get
gonna
one?
rip his T-shirt off, huh?
Did other Joe get one?
No, it's just a meme right now where every time Joe
Okay.
gets angry, he just reaches for other Joe and starts like
kills him,
grabbing
yeah.
his shirt and shaking him.
So while me and Michael were making out like bandits, just running with the package.
I literally, like, as soon as I found out how to get one for sure, I was like, I didn't even put pants on. I was in the car with my wallet. I was like texting Abraham like, "Hey, give me my money back and I'll get this." Like,
Yes,
and
go,
do the math
go.
for the tax so we don't screw this up. And like I'm driving I'm driving at the speed limit. I'm legally going to say that.
Uh-huh.
I had to drive. The location I acquired it at was not exactly close to where I live.
No.
I had to
quite a
drive out to get it, and I wasn't even the first one there. And I had inside information I wasn't the first one there, and someone came in behind me to get one.
Woo! So we literally got ours at the buzzer.
Right.
And while all this salt and vigor and hatred and like
And I can't blame them.
close-cuttedness-
I feel it with them. I have one, and
Michael.
I'm mad about it.
Michael, while all this is going on, in the distance, sitting on a lawn chair with sunglasses on,
Oh,
in the shade of a palm tree.
shade is the right word.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with this.
Uh-huh.
Shade of
Oh,
a
yeah.
palm tree, just taking a sip of a margarita.
Do you want me to read the tweet?
Yeah, we
Hold on, let me
get
get it.
this from the Xbox marketing.
Well, I'm still looking for it. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. I'll
Listen,
do
they
it
tweet
too.
a lot, okay? Okay, I got
They
it.
should.
Okay, so
Okay.
20 hours ago, which was 8 p.m. last night,
So
they tweet out a picture of both consoles with the prices. Pre-order September 22nd. Worldwide launch in 36 countries, November 10th. Hype 9,000 plus. Ha ha ha. Meme. Funny joke. And then in parentheses, don't worry. We'll let you know the exact time pre-orders start for you soon.
I could feel the fucking sizzling from here. And I sent it to Mike and I put the fucking shade, the audacity. First of all, I need to clap for the Xbox marketing, for the balls and
Whoever's
the
running
creativeness
this Twitter account deserves a raise.
is making so many moves. Like, dude, like also
Corporate Twitters have gotten have gotten pretty good lately. Like after the Wendy's one kind of took off, there was a rough patch of everyone trying to like emulate that.
ugh, yeah.
But like now, a lot of them are pretty good. They're kind of figuring out this newfangled social media thing. The social media thing
yeah.
that's like 13 years old by now.
So yeah, and they also posted a couple hours before that where was a picture of their mentions 99 plus 99 plus 9999 because they were of course
yeah,
everyone
I see that. Yep.
everyone was adding them like, oh, you suck, you guys are dead, Sony, you know, all the bullshit that was going
Right.
on. And just the fact of all of them taking in stride, like, okay, and Michael said this better when he said, Sony is absolutely destroying Xbox hype-wise, but
Yes.
my God, if Microsoft...
It's the games. It's just the games. Like the one game that Microsoft had, which was Halo, disappointed a lot of people and is delayed.
But look at this. They had the foresight to be like, nah, we ain't gonna make matters worse for us. We're gonna delay
they're
that
playing
until
it
it's good.
so safe this time, and I'm sure that they learned their lesson and had a heaping helping of humble pie last gen.
Oh my God!
Because they came in,
remembered
they
that
actually, if you don't count the Wii, because that was a different market, they won the 7th generation. Which,
yeah.
Which Sony had won the previous two, so they were like high on their britches and fucked up. And then Microsoft, after one generation of success,
Fumbled.
just shat everywhere and fucked it up. And like it just stuck for so long. Like, they just did not recover this generation at all.
The 8th generation was the biggest curb stomp from Orbit I have ever seen in my life.
Nintendo fucking beat them in sales.
And Nintendo came late to the party. And
Nintendo got their own humble pie too. Like, they got their humble pie, like, took a knee and like took one for the team. Yeah. And then came back strong. And I'm hoping that's what Microsoft's doing right now. But
right
Sony,
now
Sony is back in PS3 era right now. I swear to God.
And right now, Nintendo has the highest selling console of all time.
No, wait, what?
Or on their way to do it. The Switch. They're on their way.
PlayStation still has double the sales of the Switch.
Does it?
Yeah, I looked it up recently. I believe Switch is 50 million and the PS4 is 101. Let me look it up though.
Okay, well, but yeah, Microsoft taking all this in stride, which I had to applaud them in doing. They're not giving into people's bullshit. They're just telling it like it is. I have numbers when you're ready. All right, Michael, get those numbers.
Yeah, I have them. Just finish your sentence.
All right, no, I was done. Hit us with those numbers.
So I'll start bottom to top. So the Xbox One had 48.31 million units sold.
Yikes.
The Switch had 62.08 million units. The PS4 had 112.5 million units sold.
Woo!
It was not even close.
No, sir.
But still, the fact that the Xbox One had 4 years on the Switch and still got beaten in hardware sales.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, like if that doesn't illustrate the picture for how bad Microsoft fucked this generation up, I don't know what does. I mean, it doesn't help that Sony just kept nailing it with the games and the initial marketing, and the Switch is just like the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, they were double teaming. They were double teaming Microsoft for a while, and it was not pretty. But yeah, it was. And then a little bit towards the end, Sony got a little cocky and we're like, we're not gonna play with you. And then
God, that was a thing.
Yeah, remember that?
Of course, I remember that. That was my Twitter background for a while.
Yeah. Stay the fuck away from
play
me.
together. Stay the fuck away from. Yep. And then finally, like, the fucking stars aligned. Sony let them in, and then like there was that moment when fucking Reggie and Phil Spencer and I can't remember his name, they all came out on the Game Awards together.
It was Phil Spencer, Reggie, and
I don't remember his name either.
I had his name yesterday.
I don't remember it either.
I like to call that moment the We Three Kings moment. Was like, I remember they came out and you and I were like, oh, Sean Layden, got it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Boom. They came out and you and I were like, what the fuck?
Well, because like that's what we've been waiting for. We've just been waiting for like the console wars to just cool off a little.
And seeing the Three Kings together was fucking insane.
And it was like while Reggie was on his way out, so that was kind of like his last hurrah moment too.
Yeah, that was his last, while wearing the Smash Ultimate shirt just to flex a little.
Man.
But yeah, so yeah, Microsoft handling this. And this morning, the last update is that Microsoft has announced when pre-orders, or more specifically, what time pre-orders are taking place, and that would be
it's actually it's their pinned tweet right now.
Yes, it is September 22nd at 8 a.m.
Pacific time. Yeah. Just for like everyone else's sake, because maybe they don't live here, but it's 8 a.m. Pacific time.
So yeah,
and it will be available at on the Microsoft Store, Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, Newegg. You know, the usual suspects.
I wonder if I want to get in on the payment plan, would I have to do it directly to the Microsoft Store, or
I don't know. You'd have to look into that. I'm sure you'd be able to do it through them directly, but I think they said some retailers will let you do that. I don't know for sure. And honestly, some retailers do that anyways. Like, I think GameStop did something like that at one point, like a layaway kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think Best Buy will do that, although they usually just try to get you onto a credit card.
What about Amazon?
Amazon, I doubt it.
Okay, fine.
I mean, Amazon will also try to give you a credit card, so like that's an option.
I'll do it directly to Microsoft just to play safe.
Yeah, that'd be your best bet, and at least we know what time it will be.
Oh my, yeah. I have that day off, so I can just stay up and just do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
and I'll make sure this episode goes up before next Tuesday. Like it'll probably go up either. So today's the 17th. It'll probably be either up tomorrow or Saturday on the 19th. So
yes,
if you're watching this and this for some reason is where you get your gaming news, then there you go. I'll do you.
I apologize.
I won't do you dirty on this one.
I apologize.
And I also apologize.
So yeah, that's where we are up to date with the whole console thing. Now, Michael, there is a similar thing happening on the PC front. Do you want to let us know what's going on?
I'd actually argue that this is somehow worse because it's not like there was any kind of like announcement event this morning, but like the Nvidia RTX 3000 series cards were supposed to go up today. I wasn't actually like planning on getting one day one, so I don't know if it was like planned to be today. But all I know is that I get up this morning and I'm just I was taking a lunch break from work and I'm just checking Twitter and checking Reddit and I'm seeing the RPC Master Race subreddit is just flooded with like identical memes about how the RTX cards were just fucking gone. Like no one could get one and they're all sold out and like I didn't verify this, like I wasn't watching the sales, but allegedly within seconds of the sales going live, the button went from notify me to sold out. No one got an email to notify them, and it was already on eBay for like a upmark price by scalpers within seconds.
Yep, that's how it goes.
Which, by the way, that happened with PS5s too, but like seconds though.
No, I saw a lot of people very angry on my timeline at the whole Nvidia thing, and scalpers already getting in on the joint. I
did see something else though, that someone was so upset by this because he was one of the ones literally sitting there hitting the refresh page on I don't know if it was on Amazon or on the official website, but he was sitting there like trying to get one, and once he found out what happened and they're already on eBay, he wrote a bot that would automatically bid on all those offers that had auctions, and it would bid insanely at high amounts that no one can match, like 20 grand, and then it just wouldn't pay them.
That's amazing.
Like,
what?
That's probably, I'd have to assume that's against terms of service and potentially illegal, but what a fucking Chad move to just fuck. I have no sympathy for scalpers. None.
Me
at
neither.
all.
Fuck them.
But one of my favorite videos of all time is, I believe when the first iPhone came out, some lady rolls up to, I don't know if it was an Apple store or what, but like rolls up to an Apple store.
It was the Apple store. It was the Apple store. I remember this. This is my favorite one.
She had like what, $10,000 or something. She had like all this fucking money like in cash. She walks up, there's this giant line. People have been waiting there like all week or all night or whatever. Goes up to the first guy in line, says, "Hey, I'll give you what, like $500 for your place in line." He's like, "Fuck it, okay." Takes the 500, goes back in line. Whatever amount she gave him, it was enough to like buy the iPhone. So she goes up to the counter, asks for like 100 iPhones or whatever, and the lady behind the counter is like, "Oh, it's one per customer." And I swear to God, did she cry? I don't remember if she cried.
She cried and had a tantrum at the front of the
I know she had a tantrum. I couldn't remember if there were tears. And it was, and the best part is the kid went all the way through the line and got an iPhone still from the back of the line.
We love to see it. We love to
Oh my God.
Dude,
one of the best best instant karma videos I've ever seen. I'm
Dude,
gonna watch it again after this is over because it feels so good.
Seeing videos like that are like my ecstasy, where like you see the karma take place, and it's just like my mouth is open and my tongue is hanging out. Like, ugh, it's divine. It's fucking divine.
Just seeing scalpers get their comeuppance is one of it's better than sex. I'm just gonna say it's better than sex.
Absolutely, because you have to be some sort of scummy piece of shit and to be in that mindset.
Especially if you did it this year, like with essential
with COVID
products.
and all this stuff. Yeah.
Which, by the way, for some reason, scalping is not illegal, but scalping on essential items during a disaster is illegal. So, if you out there were selling toilet paper for $100 a roll, fuck you. Fuck you.
Absolutely
fuck you. Unsubscribe from this channel. Go fuck yourself and never speak to me again.
We don't want you
have
at
no
this
sympathy
fucking
for
fan
you.
base, yo. No.
I didn't hear what you said.
No, I was agreeing with you. We don't want people like this on this fan base. That's fucked up.
No, we want wholesome fans only, please.
Fuck yeah. Wholesome fans that wear a mask, more specifically.
Yes.
But yeah, I will never have any sympathy for scalpers. Never. So, Mike, when it comes to the whole Nvidia thing and the whole Sony thing, what do you think that you see that these respective companies are seeing what's happening? Do you think that there's going to be any action taken for the future, or do you think they just don't care?
I really can't say for sure. I mean, obviously, like, other companies are going to take advantage of the situation and be like, oh, we're not going to do that. But, like, the end of the day, every PlayStation 5 has been sold, and it was going to be anyways.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think they should do it that way because, honestly, like I said, they're going to sell them anyway, and you may as well not piss people off in the process. Because now, like, yes, you sold all your consoles, and yes, I will say again, me and Abraham have one.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, everyone just made them public enemy number one, and they're pissed at you. I'm pissed at you. Again, I need to say it again. I have one, and I'm mad.
It shouldn't gotten to the point where we and Mike had to
play inside baseball to fucking get one.
That should never take place.
No,
never.
We absolutely should not have had to go to those extremes to get one. And by the way, if you're out there, you know who you are. You know what you did. You're a real one. I'm just gonna say it again.
We love you.
You're
the
fucking
best
hero.
You are a fucking MVP. If next time I see you, I will suck your toes. Just like I don't. So what a fucking legend. You know who you are. You know who you are. But yeah, that's the situations where we're at right now. Mike, do you have any more added thoughts about where we're at with this? Because starting right now or yesterday, we are fully well into this next generation.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we finally have all the specs, we have the prices, we have the dates, we have the information, we are ready to go. Like,
we are
this
waiting
is happening
for launch. Now it's just a waiting game for launch week, and it's going to be one hell of a launch week.
Yeah, and I mean,
you
like,
and I are
let's knock on wood real quick here, but like, barring any disaster of the month stopping any production or shipping, we should be good to go. And I believe Sony took the step of like air freighting the consoles.
Yes.
Like they really don't want to fuck this up. So I appreciate the effort to like really make sure in the worst times of our generation that people will have their damn video games.
People might be dying, but at least I get to play my video games.
Right. So, I appreciate the hustle. I really do.
Me too.
But like, holy shit, fix your shit, guys.
No, absolutely. So,
and while you're at it, can you like make your network better? Because let's be honest, you're about to sell a discless fucking console, and your network sucks. Your network is trash. Please fix your PlayStation network.
I hope to God they do not get hacked again. If they get hacked again.
No. It's not the hacks. I mean, that happens basically every Christmas. That's just expected at this point.
Listen,
and it happens on Microsoft,
baby.
too. I'm talking about the fact that on a wired connection, it will take me days to download a game. A few months ago, I had a friend, I was going to play Apex Legends with them, but all they had was a PlayStation. So I'm like, okay, fine. It's a free game. I'll just download on my PlayStation. It took 4 hours just to get it to the point where it would launch. And that was only like, I think, a third of the install.
It took me like about a full day to get FF7 on this bitch.
I want to stress, by the way, I have 300 megabit down internet through Cox. It's reasonably reliable.
Yeah.
It's fucking fast. Like, I could download modern games pretty quickly, like within the time I expect to play it. I believe when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, I bought it like the night it came out. That was what, 150 gig game at launch, something like that?
Yes.
That was on my Xbox, which, by the way, does have a good network, and I was playing within like an hour and a half.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Sony,
shit.
fix your shit. Oh my god, please fix.
So hot off the presses, breaking news. It probably won't mean anything when we release this podcast, but right now as we're recording, Walmart is promising that it will have additional PlayStation 5 pre-orders available tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a shame I will not... There's no way I can get this episode up by then. Even if I had it done editing, I don't know if you guys have noticed, or like if you follow my Twitter, but like YouTube has been screwing me over with these podcasts and it's just not processing them.
It's not been fun. It's not a fun process.
So there's that news we just broke. Even if I work on this today, it's not going to be out today. There's no way.
I just thought it was a tidbit to add of like more pre-orders are being available.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it is worth mentioning that it seems like they're going to be rolling out multiple pre-order phases. So like keep an ear to the ground, but like at the same time, you have to assume it's just going to happen again. Like there's going to be bots and like people who don't sleep just watching those pages and hitting F5 over and over. Like
there's going to be
anytime they go up, they'll be disappearing within minutes. So like you really got to just keep your eyes out.
There's going to be some poor bastard on hour 48 of no sleep with a fucking catheter up his dick, fucking cans and cans of Monster Energy on the floor, like fucking his 6 bag of McDonald's takeout, just like waiting at the chance, and then all these fucking bots just fucking stealing each and every one of them. So yeah.
Why does this sound like you when you were trying to get tickets for Endgame? So
anyway, I hope you guys have a really fun playing the PlayStation, and I didn't have a catheter. Okay, I wanted to get one, and
you had a bottle. It's okay.
Leave me alone.
You were just pissing in the empty bottles that you already drank from. I really hope you didn't get them confused. I know pee and Mountain Dew look pretty similar.
It wasn't pee. It was Arizona iced tea.
It wasn't peers, but so you're pissing Mountain Dew and drinking Arizona iced tea, or the other way around? What happened there?
I hate you so much. So here's a little quick tangent. So when I was getting the tickets for Endgame,
wait, I think we told the story in the podcast before.
No, I know, but that's why I'm not spending a lot of time on it.
Okay.
I just wanted to correct you. I didn't stay up. I set an alarm because I also had Inside Baseball for the Avengers Endgame tickets as well, where a guy I follow on Twitter has connections. He's like, hey, he sent me a DM the night before, and he's like, hey, bro, you might want to stay up today. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, if you want, all I'm going to say is if you want your Avengers tickets, I would stay up. And I was like, fuck.
Dude, we are some lucky, resourceful, connected people for having 40 subscribers.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So I had to work early the next day, and I wasn't going to wake up that early at 4 a.m. So it didn't work. So I set an alarm to wake up at 4 a.m. and I got them all, surprisingly, and I went back to sleep for an hour, and then I woke up to get back to work, to get ready for work, and I was on no sleep that whole week. No, that whole day I was so tired. But the one thing that kept me going was the messages of people saying, "Yo, Abe, you a real one. You a real one." And like,
well, how many tickets did you get? Because you basically bought out a whole row just for us.
A whole row. I had to, because that's the max number I could get. So that's basically what I did. And that's basically it.
Yeah, fucking hero getting us like decent seats in a big theater for opening night of Endgame, which was like the best experience I've had in a theater in my entire life.
Oh, I will never forget that.
That was a once in a lifetime fucking moment right
elevated. There. Now it's elevated. Now that this whole shit with COVID's going on, that was our last big movie experience.
Right. Did I already mention in our chat that like we are so lucky that movie came out last year?
Oh.
No, I did, because I was talking about how like Black Widow's like been delayed and there's been no Marvel movies all year, and I'm like, man, it's really good that like the first like grand saga ended last year before this shit happened, so that way I'm okay with taking a break, and I'm not like, what the fuck's gonna happen in the next movie? Like, if I was to have to wait all year to figure out how Infinity War ended, I would have lost my mind.
Oh my god. People would be I would claw my fucking face off.
And like it even if like, because I'm sure eventually Disney would have just been like, all right, it's on Disney Plus for $30 like they did with Milan, that wouldn't have been the same. Like, no. I cannot imagine having missed an experience like that. Like, it was indescribable. We're on a huge tangent now, though.
Yes, we are. But we're basically done. We got everything out.
I don't know what else to really bring up. No, I guess that's why we're on a tangent. I'm just trying to stall for time, because we're not even at an hour and a half yet.
Yeah, geez. I mean, this might be our fastest podcast, and that's good for us.
Were we gonna talk about No, we already talked about Xbox. Shit. Yeah. Do we have anything else planned for this podcast?
No, we covered everything. I guess we can talk about
Nintendo. That was today.
I guess, but like I said, we
only need to fill like if we could fill 15 minutes, I'll be happy.
Okay, fine. So this morning at 7 a.m., Nintendo also went, "Hey, we also exist." So they did a little partner showcase where they released some info about some third-party games that are coming to Switch. The most where ones are fucking Monster Hunter Rise, motherfucker. It's hunting season. It's fucking hunting season. And I'm so hype. And
yeah, it looks fun. That movement is amazing.
I'm in there.
Like, I thought Monster Hunter World had like improved movement, but this is on a whole other level.
Yeah, because this is taking all the movement and controls from World and putting into the Switch version. So
and like sprinkling some Titanfall into there.
Oh yeah, the
like
wall
with the
running?
grappling hook and the wall running. Oh my god,
we can do the shit we can do with our weapon combos is gonna be ridiculous.
Did you see people saying the game looked ugly?
I mean, I get it, because it is the first we're seeing of it, and it is on Switch.
It looked good to me. I thought it looked great.
It doesn't look horrible, but
I mean, it looks like it's running the same engine as Monster Hunter World, which is like really impressive on a technical level. Because I remember
it is confirmed, and you sent me this, that it is running on the RE engine.
Yes, which I believe is what World is running on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it looked, because I noticed like I had a lot of the same effects and like material quality and stuff. It just, at first glance, I thought it was Monster Hunter World, but then as me and Dean were watching it, I was like, this doesn't look familiar though. Like it's visually identical, but like something's different. It's just a new game. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But like just on a technical level, it is interesting to see that, because I remember when Monster Hunter World came out, I still had like the launch model of the Xbox One, which was the slowest console this generation. And I remember like even on a small screen how like blurry and shitty that game looked. And I was like, oh man, there's no way they could ever make a Switch version of this. Like, it just won't run. It barely runs on this. And lo and behold, they made a whole new game with the same tech and like faster movement, which is so crazy to me. I would love to see this run in person and like see what the final like frame rate and resolution numbers turn out to be.
So I'm
the technical guy, so I care about that shit.
Someone brought up an interesting thought in the thread for this game. What if, because this game has this, we got a release date. It's March 21st next year.
Yeah.
And someone brought up an interesting thought. What if this game launches around the same time as the rumored Switch Pro?
Oh shit! I didn't think about that.
That's right.
Which I did want to bring that up since we're talking about the Switch, because I don't think we mentioned since the last podcast that there's a rumor that there's going to be a 4K version of the Switch.
No, we did mention it at the beginning of the Tron episode.
Did we? Okay, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember how recent that news was.
Yeah. No, so we did mention that, and someone brought up that thought, and I went, "Oh my god, because they could do this thing where like end of this year or December or somewhere around the end of this year, they can be like, they could announce it and then start marketing it and be like, it's coming out in March and you can play Monster Hunter Rise." I'm like,
right,
oh,
yeah.
shit.
So that'll be like the premier title to like show off the power of that thing.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I hadn't even considered that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
wow.
If that happens, guess what we're doing day one?
I mean, I'm already sold. I'm on record as being pre-sold on an enhanced Switch. I wasn't even expecting to get one that would run 4K, and if it really does, that's going to be so impressive.
If this runs 4K...
I'm not expecting it to run 4K on a portable screen. Like, for one thing, that's so overkill for a 6-inch screen or whatever it is. But, like, 1080p on a screen that big, maybe a little bigger, that would be pretty good. But if it'll output 4K to my TV... That would be a fucking dream scenario, especially because like even games that they don't update, like almost every Switch game has dynamic resolution scaling and like usually kind of bad frame rate. That would probably fix every single one of those games immediately. Like Doom 2016 will just run full res all the time.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild will stop having like lag issues. Like all these games that are like on the bleeding edge of the poor little machine will just be fixed on the new one. Yeah. Which is kind of how the Xbox One was as well when the the X came out.
Just the fact that Nintendo was telling developers to hey, you might want to do this to make 4K because we're cooking something up in the background. God.
I mean, jeez, what kind of enhancements has portable technology had in the last 3 years? Like, I know shit's gotten fast, but I didn't know we were already there. I thought we were like 5 years away from handheld 4K.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, yeah, and a little bit of I want to add. Do you have any more to add about this?
Not about this, but I did have something Xbox related I forgot to bring up.
Okay, well, yeah. Before we get there, on a little bit of a somber note, I just want to give a shout out and raise a glass, put your lighters up to one of the most influential handheld gaming. Nintendo has come out and said they are discontinuing the 3DS.
Yeah, that was also breaking news today.
Put your lighters up. Put your hands up.
I mean, we knew this was coming. The writing's been on the wall basically all year.
But
and
man,
for a
what
lot of
a
last
system.
year too. Like we all knew this Switch was replacing the 3DS.
Yep.
But it's official now. They're not producing anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I love the 3DS, and the only thing I wish is that it had one more of a last hurrah, because if you think about it, Luigi's Mansion was the last game to come out. I was just thinking that
Luigi's Mansion was the last hurrah, which I did get it because I mean I love Luigi's. The first one's my favorite still, so like I did get it, but like.
Yeah, I wish it had a bigger pomp and circumstance last hurrah than that.
I mean, all the good games for it were already out by the time the Switch came out.
That's true.
Like it already lived out the majority of its life by that point.
Yeah, but yeah, really sad to see. I'm
definitely system.
more. Yeah, I'm definitely more into it than the fucking Vita. I hope the Vita gets fucking forgotten forever.
Well, it'll get forgotten faster if you quit bringing it up.
Well, okay, fine. Vita means death.
Like
anyway.
I think you're talking about more than anyone at this point.
Man, fuck the Vita. Anyway, so the 3DS, put your ladders up. Yeah, you will be missed. You were one of the best handheld gaming systems. Rest in power.
For sure.
Rest in peace.
I mean, it was a Nintendo DS, but better. Like, what more did you ask for? I guess you could ask for a Game Boy cartridge, but like
whatever, man.
Whatever.
I'm not that salty.
I still have a Game Boy, so it's fine.
So yeah, just a little somber tidbit. You said you had some stuff about Xbox. Go ahead.
Yeah. I forgot to mention because I wanted to point out that they Microsoft talked about backwards compatibility with the Series S.
Yes.
They said it will run. So everyone got so confused by this. By this.
Oh, you're talking about this fucking headline? Yeah.
Because it's basically saying that I'm just gonna say. Not word for word, but like what the announcement was. They were saying that the Xbox Series S will not run the Xbox One X versions of games with backwards compatibility. It will run the Xbox One S versions. Which that headline alone spells out why this name system sucks. But like I see what they're going for, and I think I brought this up the last during the Xbox announcement where like they want the X to be the premium hardware and they want the S to be the budget option, which is what it was last gen. So like I see what they're going for. So I'm going to say it as easy as I can and clearly as I can for people who are still confused, and maybe if I could just save one person's grandma from buying them the wrong thing, then I will consider this whole diatribe an accomplishment. So the new, I'm going to call it the old S, the new S, the old X, and the new X. Just to simplify things. The old S is the 8th generation Xbox that is the standard budget model. The old X is the 8th generation enhanced Xbox that is better. The new S is the 9th generation budget option. And the new X is the 9th generation premium option. The X will play the X versions of games, and the S will play the S versions of games. That is the simplest way I could think to put it. Just think of it in terms of letters, and don't worry too much about like which is which, as long as you're getting the new one. I can't think of any clearer way to put it than that.
That was a fucking mess.
I know. That's the best I could do. Is just reducing it to old and new letter. Old S, new S. That is the cleanest way I can make it in my head.
Old S, new S. Jesus Christ.
Right.
No, but yeah,
look, they dug this grave for them. I'm just trying to reanimate this body. Why couldn't they just do numbers? I know why they didn't. It's because they'd always be one behind the PlayStation, or actually two behind the PlayStation. But like, Jesus Christ,
I am mentally exhausted from hearing all that.
Or I guess they'd be one behind. God damn it, I'm confused. Fuck, because they didn't want to have because they didn't want to have the Xbox 2 and the PS3, and people be like, oh, well, the Xbox 2 is worse, and then the same thing this generation, oh, the Xbox 3 is worse than the PlayStation 4. Like, I see what they were trying to avoid, but this is just worse. Like, I don't see people doing this shit with phones. Like, I have a OnePlus 8. That doesn't mean it's worse than the fucking iPhone 11. Like, I think people aren't that stupid. However, people are that stupid, so I take that back.
I mean, yeah, basically.
God, so, like, I don't know what the answer... I think the answer was just to use code names. Honestly, I think they should have just kept with the code names. Like, instead of calling it the Xbox One X, they should have just called it the Xbox Scorpio, and then the Xbox Lockhart, and then whatever the fucking Series X code name was, because I don't remember. Like, that's what they should have just kept it at subtitles instead of this fucking, like, chart I have to write out for people so grandmas don't buy the wrong thing. Because I guarantee it's going to happen. Like, I've seen it coming since they dropped the name last year. The moment I saw it, I'm like, okay, well, people are going to get the wrong system next Christmas. I'm calling it right now. Like, as soon as we see Christmas tweets come out, I'm going to see posts of people getting the wrong fucking Xbox. I guarantee it. And I'm sure some people get the wrong PlayStation because, you know, grandmas be grandmas, but I'm sure I will see less of them. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Yes, sir.
I hate tech companies naming systems. It's so bad. Nvidia's in hot water with that too.
It's getting the Kingdom Hearts levels of bullshit.
It's almost there. Was it you that sent me that? Like Xbox 358 by 2, Xbox Birth by Sleep.
Birth by Sleep.
God damn it.
Xbox Dream Drop Distance.
I think that I mean this without a hint of irony. I think those names would be better than what we have right now. Because it would be less confusing.
You heard it here first, folks. Michael Soderblom is a Kingdom Hearts fan. He will die hard. He will ride or die with you. His friends are his power.
People can hear what I just said. I don't know why you're lying.
No. Don't just tune Michael out. Just do what I do and just tune him out.
I think you're underestimating the power I have over you right now.
Why?
You'll see.
Why?
Come Saturday, you'll see.
Oh, fuck. Another shenanigan. Here we go.
Yep. I got the timestamp down. You're in trouble now, Buster.
Oh, fuck. You see, they hate me. They will not silence.
So I think we filled our time slot sufficiently. I'm satisfied with this.
Right. So yeah, I think this is a good solid episode.
Yeah.
I know.
We didn't sound check. You've had audio this whole time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just got that moment where my heart stopped and I was like looking at my graph and I was like, I didn't ask Abraham if he like checked his sound first, but like I assume you can see the little.
We synced, bro. We synced.
I know we synced, but I didn't know if like there was no audio like the first time we did this, and I have to use the backup.
We're good. Just chillax. You got stop getting your nuts in a bunch. We're good.
All right.
So before we end, I just want to say I know last episode I teased the future episode, but yeah, that shit is on hold because this is a lot more important. But whether or not our next episode will be a news episode, we'll see what happens. But whatever comes out. And look forward to the things we have in the pipeline. Michael, any last words to end the podcast?
Still working on Video Game Autopsy. I kind of hit a writer's block, and I haven't gone back to it since. But I think I've taken enough time off I actually need to start writing something again. So once this episode goes up, the week after that, I'll probably start writing it again.
All right. Look forward to look forward to Michael's video on Kingdom Hearts 2. It's a banger. So yeah, look forward to that. Other than that, I think we're pretty much done. Michael, do you have a solid ender for us, bro?
An ender? Well, first, I mean, you're just gonna let me plug, but you have nothing. You're still working on shit, right?
I'm still working on it. It's just like
because I've been waiting for the message to come through. You're like, hey, stand by for fucking Titanfall.
Shit a whole lot easier, bro.
Here comes the fucking data dump. Like, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, no, and you'll get it, but COVID's not making anything that easy right now.
Oh, no, absolutely. I understand that. Well, and, like, I don't want to get too real, so I'll make it quick, but, like, part of my problem right now is just, like, just claustrophobic depression from being stuck inside. Because, like, I'm an introvert, so I've been okay with being stuck inside.
Yeah,
but, like,
same here.
6 months is stretching it a little bit.
just a little.
Like, I haven't seen this motherfucker all year.
And it is rare for us not to see each other just a little bit, and it's getting a little bit of harrowing. I haven't seen most of my friends in a big chunk of time, so it is not good for the soul.
And I can't stress this enough. Dating right now is nigh impossible.
No. I never thought I'd say this. Keep your vagina away from me right now. I'm not sure. I think, yeah. And with that, we'll see you guys next episode. Thanks, guys.
Goodbye. What the fuck?